smell blood. Go on.
Still on my feet. Talk to me. On the move.
All right, Karlak. It's go time.
The rattle of... They must have done a brisk trade.
What Shadowheart did for her parents was a profound act of love. Her courage is... well, it's quite something to behold. Strangely, no. Once, a mere glimpse of her face would have been enough to turn my insides over. But not this time. In her likeness, I used to read 1,000 stories. She was beauty, wisdom, elegance, power. She contained universes. But now, it's hard to see any redeeming qualities in a lover who condemned you to death. I'd much rather gaze into your eyes than hers. Yours are capable of tenderness and feeling. No god could ever compare.
The dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between. He gives in and surrenders his find to you. Scratch's tongue lolls out happily.
That little hideaway that we found in the cloister, it almost felt like I'd found a piece of my childhood. A childhood I don't truly remember. But remember it or not, I felt right at home there, surrounded by books and night orchids. Maybe. Or maybe I already liked night orchids and I chose that place because of them. The particulars of childhood can grow hazy even if your memories haven't been tampered with. But I felt safe there. I know that much. Well, can you imagine what it would have been like growing up in that place? Endless training, no privacy, facing scorn wherever I looked. I can very easily imagine I needed somewhere to escape to, if I was to survive. Nocturne and I must have come here a lot. We probably had plenty we wanted to hide from. Anyway, I think that little hideaway helped shape who I am, as much as any sermon or training did. Funny, the things that influence you. Most are lost forever. Some may creep back into my mind if I encounter anything that helps clear the fog. Then there's what Shah did restore to me. Memories of pain, suffering, both my own and what I inflicted. It's overwhelming. Like a lifetime's worth of nightmares unleashed all at once upon waking. I can barely untangle one moment from another, not that I even want to. I just know that my heart sinks if I let my thoughts wander to them. Perhaps. But in the meanwhile, I'll just have to find a way to live with them. Shah seeks to break people, to fill their lives with despair so that they will turn to her for relief. Perhaps she thought this would lead me back to her in time. But it won't. I fought too hard to win my freedom. I will not give it up again, no matter how much it hurts. Of course. From the first time I laid eyes on you right until now. That's all safe. I wouldn't surrender even a moment of it. Rings a bell? Why? Oh, hells. You didn't pick that by hand, did you? They're deadly poisonous. Joking. They're safe. And beautiful. Thank you. I don't have anything to give you in return, I'm afraid. Well, perhaps I can come up with something later, all the same.
Boo is overjoyed with our victory. Another den of evil vanquished, and an old foe defeated.
Well, Viconio was a friend for a short time beforehand, but then a foe once more. Yes, Boo, a most wicked witch. The very mention of her name gives him nightmares to this day.
Do not be afraid, Boo. She is not here. And you, bite your tongue until your eyes water and your hairs curl.
Boo and Minsk have traveled far and wide, and met many fine and not so fine people. It will surprise you to learn that even the wisest of friends do not always recognize Boo for what he is.
Exactly!
The Drow was a cruel witch, but a clever one. She knew what Boo was right away. And she had never seen his like before. She wished to inspect his handsome magnificence. And so she did. One night, while he lay asleep, twitching his whiskers in happy dreams, she crept upon his tiny bedroll holding a knife as slim as a toothpick. She meant to spill his miniature guts and study them. That is true, but he is also a living thing and has need of all his inner parts. Thankfully, he preserved his guts heroically. Boo never sleeps deeply while evil is near. He sprang into action and almost blinded the witch. She had fled from her camp by morning when Boo told me the whole tale over a breakfast of berries and nuts. My friend, now we have settled the matter of the guild. I fear there is something I must tell you. You and Boo both. It may shock you both to know, but Minsk and the Stone Lord, they are one man. The same one man. And that same one man is Minsk. Please, my friend, your noble tears will not make the confessing any easier. I wish to believe the Stone Lord's evil was the worm alone, tainting my thoughts with foul dung. But I see now, the dung was within Minsk all along. So I wonder, if Minsk can be a villain, and Nine Fingers a hero, must it be so with all creatures? Is there good and evil within us all? Boo calls this nonsense. Less thinking of bad thoughts, says he, and more breaking of bad bones. But still, I would hear what you have to say on the matter, my friend. Even though it led to evil ends. And even the true Jaheira is not always right. She sometimes pets Boo a little too roughly. Or denies him the breakfast broth so that I must dip him in the pot when she looks the other way. I begin to wonder if good and evil is not a thing of knowing. If it is sometimes a thing that Minsk must decide for himself. Alone. Which is why I'm asking you. Of course. Of course! One look into his beady little eyes should be enough to tell Minsk there is pure and untainted goodness in this world. Oh, thank you, my friend. As ever, I shall do only what my heart and hamster tell me to. Kill the villains! Kill them all! Break them beneath my boots, no matter how they squeal for mercy. Ah, I feel better. Minsk is ready to go and do some butt-kicking. Miniature as Boo is, he is also giant. You will need to make room for us, my friend. Boo is at your back. Well, Minsk is.
It is no small thing to slay one's life-bringers. Shadowheart did what was right, not what was easy. Make space, and my might is yours. Ready for battle.
glad you decided to join me. Doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while. Perhaps people lost faith. Or forgot about it. I wanted to come here. To see if I felt anything that I hadn't done before. Now that I know what I know. Now that I know who I am. True. But too much freedom can be frightening. Lonely. And there's a reason why so many are eager to bow. I had my family. For too short a moment. Now they're gone. By my hand. I remember. But they can't comfort me. They can't give me advice. They can't tell me what I was like as a little girl. We carry on. It's all we can do. I'll follow in a while. I think I want to stay here a little longer, firstly. This place isn't familiar, but it's peaceful. Shadowheart. She's as much a part of who I am as Jennifer. Can't just forget her. It's not what I do anymore. Besides, Shadowheart still suits me. Even better than before, perhaps. You can't cast a shadow without some light.
Property in constant use, gathering strictly prohibited.
Someone there? Hardly a challenge.
No time to rest. That's curious.
The city is full of criminals. We can't let them know we're vulnerable. Fine. We'll just stand for it.
This is Joel's house. No letters, no clerics, no herb sellers, no potion peddlers, and no steel watch.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's... Well, I am so glad you asked, Edgar. No.
I'll do my best.
What is that gonna do us?
You realize we can't stay here forever, don't you? Those walls might slow the army of the Absolute down. They'll get through them sooner or
Do you know how worried I was?
A broken steel watcher. A tag wired to it reads, "Unit defective. Return to the Steel Watch Foundry at the West Docks."
walking funny isn't a crime.
That might be worth a look. Speak. Are you sure that's the best course of action? Well chosen. What good is a warrior who...
Minsk, please, slow down. Cheers.
Minsk has thought of how you might be a more virtuous vampire. Feast on fish instead.
Please.
They are made of naught but neck.
It's a sweet thought. but fish just doesn't have the flavor of full-blooded red meat.
Oh, you do not agree. You have been spending far too much time on the paper.
Easy.
No one stopped me yet.
You do not have an appointment. Yet you seek an audience with Mr. Carrion. Ah, yes. You were drawn to me, a wanderer bearing the scent of death. You are familiar with the necromancy of fais. I have heard the spirits whisper its name. Few books have the power to send a shiver through the living and the dead. Tell me, what did you make of its contents? You have not read it. Those with more sanguine natures are rarely attuned to the ethereal plane, or ready to receive its wisdom. Perhaps one day the book will reveal its secrets to you. Until then, they're best left between its covers. Unless you have any other business with me, I suggest you return to the domain of the living. The painter. Yes, I remember. He wanted to contact a tormented spirit. I gave him exactly what he desired, and for a pittance, given the complexity of his request. His inability to follow simple instructions is hardly my fault. If he wanted his safety guaranteed, that would have cost him extra. Idiocy punishes itself. My instructions were clear, as were the consequences of ignoring them. Oh, my soft heart is to blame. I was too charitable in offering him my services so cheaply. He was clearly not capable. I assume you came to me seeking an exorcism? I can provide you with the means to perform such a ceremony. But you understand, this is my livelihood. First, you must do something for me. Do not worry. It is of an earthly nature. It regards a conduit of mine, Thrombo, who has recently deserted his duties. He has not gone far, but given the sensitivity of his nature, I would prefer that he is not free to roam the city. Return Thrombo's body to me, then I will give you what you need to cleanse Oscar of his spectral interloper. Then, with the spirits herein our witnesses, the arrangement is made. 3 others escaped with him, though they lack even Thrombo's modicum of intelligence. They can no doubt point you in his direction. Closer, spirits. I have need of you.
Please, kind sir, can you spare a few coins to feed my son? He's sick and likely to die.
doing in here?
The man's stench is unmistakable. Death, decay, despair. This must be Thrumbo, the runaway mystic carrion was so eager for you to retrieve.
This is my spot. Go on, find your own. Mystic Carrion? You're working for him? Oh no. No, no. I knew he wouldn't let us leave in peace. You don't have to help him. He's the one you should be after, not me. I don't understand. We're nothing to him. Nothing to anyone. He never stopped telling us that. Wasn't doing any harm. Just trying to beg a few coin to get by, and he murdered me. Murdered my friends and made us into these things. Monsters. Fit for gutting and grinding and desecrating the dead. He constantly abuses us. Makes us do the worst things you can imagine. There used to be 5 of us. My friend Talus, he couldn't take it anymore. One day, I saw him drive a coffin nail right through Carrion's skull. Then another, and another. We thought he had done it. Freed us all. Then when dawn came, Talus seized up suddenly like something had got a grip of him. We ran to help, but he just exploded. I got so much blood and pulp in my eyes. When I look back, Carrion was just stood there, completely unharmed. No, please!
You point, I punch.
This jar. It feels like death itself. A sure sign of necromancy at work.
Probably just a dead cat. Maybe a few dead cats.
Come closer, spirits. Hush, spirits. I sense it too. Our guest brings with her the stench of Thrumbo's disobedience. Hand his carcass to me. Quickly. This is your preferred course? To change the terms of our arrangement now that you feel you have the upper hand? You are a brave soul. To try and manipulate one who makes the dead dance from his fingertips. Given his condition, I am willing to refund Oscar's original fee. But the torch of revocation is what you require to help him. Use it to destroy the painting of his self-destructive lover, and her spirit will be forced to vacate his body. With that, my debt to you is settled. Should you need any further consultations, you will, of course, have to pay for them. Have we more business in this life? Can it not wait until the next? You carry strange tidings.